Kenny, there comes a time in a young man's life where you just have to take some classics and you have to blend them. And that's what we do here, isn't it?
That's what we do here on the Classic Blend Podcast.
We're gonna take classic movies, TV shows, games, or what do we do? Oh, we're doing toy this episode.
Yeah.
We got a toy this episode.
Yes.
We're gonna talk about some toys and see if we can make an even better toy.
Yeah.
That's
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna take nonsense from back in the day and we're gonna make more nonsense out of it.
Exactly.
And then games as well.
Oh, I said games.
Oh, okay, whatever. Yeah. Characters, plot points. You know.
Yeah, we're gonna take it all. We're gonna mix it up.
Take it, but we're gonna talk about some things first.
We are.
What do you have?
I have nothing.
What do you? You said you had something just before we started recording.
I meant the intro. I meant the what? Yeah. I was
that's
doing
why I was
the
trying
intro.
to rack my brain and trying to figure.
You don't have to have anything.
Do you remember drive-in movie theaters?
Yeah. Of course I remember them. I think I've been. I don't think I've ever been to one, to be honest with you.
You never went to one as a child?
No, I don't think
Something
so.
that you. Now I know I went to them because I hear stories about like how I was climbing all over the car and stuff like that.
Oh, so yeah, okay.
You know, when I was little, I think with like Jaws 2 or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Jaws 2, I do believe, was 1978.
So you only went to one?
I would have been like 1, 2 years old, something like that. So yeah, no, I kind of vaguely remember going and little box so you can hear it and all that stuff.
No, you're remembering pictures or movie clips of a drive-in.
No, I remember.
Let me ask you this: is it in first person or third person in your memory? How about this? Are your memories third or first person?
My memories
Mm-hmm.
right now, I'm third person right now. So what does that mean?
That means you're remembering your life in the third person.
No, I'm right now. I'm about right here.
That's third person.
That's how it
So
works.
they're not memories. That's you live in reality in third person.
Yeah.
Crazy. Anyway, driving. Yeah, I don't think I've been to one. So what's the matter?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Tablet's not working.
No, what are you talking about?
Okay.
Everything's fine.
Hold on. We're jumping into Movie Squat.
Jumping in.
So Kenny's got a movie and I have a movie. They were randomly chosen. We're going to show them to each other and then we're going to talk about them and then we're going to see if we can make something better.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Kenny, what do you got?
All right, a little bit of Lou Diamond Phillips.
What? I love me some Lou Diamond Phillips. The Dark Wind.
We've got this gem, The Dark Wind. Incidentally, also featuring Fred Ward. Fred Ward was also in
Fredward? Oh, we got
Fredward.
Fredward.
twice.
That was last
2 in a row.
episode.
Yep.
Fredward. Oh,
So
my goodness.
I do believe we unlocked an achievement for that,
Maybe.
which we really haven't been
No, we haven't been paying attention to those
paying
things.
attention
but
to
look at
that stuff. Oh, The Good Son, Macaulay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Now, you did mention to me off camera that there was something
I was a little concerned about my title that I was
and why is
given.
that?
It didn't get a wide release.
As in, it didn't release.
As in, the movie was produced by Robert Redford. He didn't care for it. He was very unhappy with the production and the director. And it says that, it was a false start. It was miscast, ill-conceived. He didn't think it was right beginning for the series, so it wasn't distributed. Now, the movie's out there. People have seen it. It looks like it got a release in the UK. The film wasn't finished by the director, Errol Morris, due to artistic differences with Redford.
What year?
This movie was year 1991. It stars Lou Diamond Phillips as Jim Chi and Fredward as Joe Leaphorn. It's from a Leaphorn and Chi novel. It was a series of books. So they thought that this
Native
was going to be...
Americans?
Yeah. Yeah. They thought it was going to...
Why do they make Lou Diamond Phillips play Native American? And why are they making Fredward play Native American?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
They don't necessarily look like Native Americans.
Regardless, it's...
What's it about?
It's about Jim Chi who's watching a windmill
In the
trying
third,
to catch
in the third person.
in the third person trying to catch a vandal.
Okay.
A plane crashes, drugs, all this stuff on there. He tries to investigate.
Where does it take place? In the open plains, Nebraska, or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, you're asking a lot of questions.
I'm trying to get a good feel for this movie that was never released. You know?
Southwest Navajo life. He's a Navajo.
Remember when I used to pat my legs a lot?
Yeah, stop. Anyway, he's suspected by the FBI
Of taking some of the stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, great. This movie.
The drugs that were suspected to be on the plane go missing and all that stuff, and he.
Where does Fredwood come in?
Fredwood is his, I believe, is his partner.
Partner in crimes.
Yeah.
So they take
or
it.
somebody from. Yeah, because that's the whole purpose of the book is
a crime story.
Yeah, they're supposed to be.
I gotcha. So we never got to see Fredwood. What's his name? Longhorn and Chi.
It's a series of mystery novels.
So we never got to see these people.
And Tony Hillerman.
Okay. Shame. Quite a shame.
Yeah. Unlike his superior Joe Leaphorn, the legendary lieutenant Chi is a staunch believer in traditional Navajo culture. He's studying to be a traditional healer at the time that he is a police officer.
So they're cops.
So, yeah.
Oh, you didn't mention that.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's good. All right. Let me tell you The Good Son. You know about The Good Son?
The Good Son. That was a book as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was.
Keep going.
It was by English novelist Ian McEwan.
Okay.
Okay, so...
Hot off of Home Alone or Home Alone 2?
Hot off of Home Alone. This was 93. And interestingly enough...
Home Alone 2?
Either way, it was... You're right. You're probably right. I didn't look that far in. I just do know that they knew this kid from these funny Home Alone movies. Yes, it was Home Alone 2 probably. And
92.
So the producers were like, I don't know if this is the right person to be doing this type of role because Macaulay Culkin plays Henry, who's a psychopath.
Yeah. Yeah.
Story goes like this.
A little troubled.
Elijah Wood. I love little Elijah Wood. Radio Flyer.
Back to the Future 2.
Back to the Future 2. I love this kid, right? He plays Mark, whose mom passes away, and the dad drops him off. The dad has to go to like on a trip for a while, like Japan or something like that, and drops him off with his aunt and uncle, Henry's parents. Henry has a little sister, and that family had another son named Richard who drowned. He was like a baby, right? So Henry ends up, we find out that he loves death. He loves the concept of death and all the stuff. He tries to kill his sister a couple of times. He tries to kill Mark. It turns out, and the mother seeing that this, that her son, something's wrong with her son. There's an incident with a rubber ducky where it was in the bathtub with his little brother Richard, and the mother thinks, and then it went missing, but it turns out Henry had it. She's like, did you kill Henry? She says to Henry, did you kill your little brother? And he says, what if I did? And whatever. And at the very end of the movie, he nearly tries to kill Mark and his mom. Mark and Henry, Elijah Wood and Macaulay, hanging off a cliff. The mom has to hold them too. And she has to make a choice because she can only bring up one of them. And so she chooses to bring up Mark and not her son. And the son's like, but Mom, I love you. I love you. And she lets him go. And then
because he's a psychopath.
Because he's a psychopath. So... yeah, the novel was different. The novel had a little more in depth on his psychopathness. Not that he was like a demonic soul, but that he was just born as a psychopath. It wasn't so like, existential as that stuff. Anyway, yeah, crazy movie. I mean, can you say this is one of your favorite movies when you were a kid? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I just enjoyed. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a cool because when you're a kid.
Kevin McAllister, why?
It's Kevin McAllister.
What are you doing, Kevin?
What are you doing, Kevin? So I was 13 in 93, right? And don't forget, 93.
You're old.
I am old. 93 is when Jurassic Park came out. Good old JP. And Jurassic Park's one of my favorite movies. It's a good year for movies, 93. But I enjoyed this movie because as you're getting older and like, because you know when your parents would watch a movie and you'd be like, oh, this is an adult movie and it's got a little raunchy stuff in it and it's got some kissing and it's got some things that you don't care about because you're a kid and you just want to play G.I. Joes, right? This one I actually was like, no, this is a movie for me. Like, I like this movie. Like, this was like a cool thriller for me, And I grew up, my parents never censored anything. I grew up watching all that stuff. Did you know Mark Hamill was in a movie where he had sex in that movie? And like, it was pretty crazy. My brother put that on for me after I saw Star Wars for the first time. And I was like, my older brother, and I was like, what? That's Luke. Like, I didn't understand the concept of like, that's what you could do. Like, actors can do other things other than be these characters. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, good movie for me.
So what's happening? What's happening here?
Well,
We've got mystery.
do
We have a
those
couple
guys-
of investigators. We have a
do
couple
the-
of crazy. We have a crazy kid.
Do those guys? Do you know how it ends? Do they remain cops?
Dude, there's a series of books. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's going to end as in there will be more movies.
Okay. So how about this? What's his name? Chi and Longhorn?
Leaphorn.
Leaphorn. Oh.
Come on.
Oh, okay. So Mark lives in Arizona and he goes back to Arizona at the end of the movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if as Mark's growing up, the trauma that he went through with Henry and stuff turns him into like a serial killer?
So he's
Kind of like Relentless, like we had Relentless a few weeks back, right?
Yeah.
So what if he does that and it's their jurisdiction and now they have to find them? They have to like
yeah, that's
it's a mystery, right? So you gotta do it. You gotta get in there.
How old is he? How old is this kid now? What year is this?
So
Let's say he was like 10 in there, right? Elijah Wood.
So this would be 10 years later. Could be 10 years later.
So he's 20 years
23.
old. So,
He's in his
so these guys
20s.
are probably not on the force anymore.
Well, they could be detectives though. They're still in the force.
They're a little.
They could be detectives. What year was that?
91.
This is 93. Yeah, they're detectives. They're fine.
They're privatized. They're retired.
No, they don't. Kenny, it's 2 years later. They don't have to be retired. I'm sure those books went on for years where they were on the force.
2 years later, you're saying that happened.
10 years. They could still be
12 years.
Well, they could. Okay, I see what you're saying. So, sorry, man. So they could be they're whatever. It doesn't matter. They're detectives.
Okay.
And he's in their town doing whatever. Okay, and he's causing some things.
He's causing some things. So basically, it's another Leaphorn and Chi joint.
But wait, Cam, how about we do this? Bipolar. He became bipolar. So
how about
they
he's
interview
on the
him.
force?
They interview him.
Let's put him on the force.
But he's also
he didn't
the
go
killer.
Crazy.
But he's also the killer. I just told you he's bipolar.
He's on the force and he's hunting himself.
Yeah, he doesn't know. Like whenever
Well, that's
he's
schizophrenic, right?
Okay, schizophrenic. So he splits
hunting
psyche.
himself.
Yeah, with them, and they're like, hold on. Where is Adam? Where's Prince Adam when He-Man's around? They're like, you know what I'm saying? It's that situation. They're like,
What are you
where's
doing, Prince Adam?
Where's Mark? Where's Mark? You know, like when this guy's his name's Mark.
Yeah. All right.
And Elijah Wood's in it because he's good. He's a good guy. He's good. He plays good.
He's always good.
I like it, man. Okay, so that was called what? I don't remember at all.
The Dark Wind.
The Dark Wind. Oh.
Yeah. The Good Sun.
The Dark Mark.
The Good Wind.
The bad.
The Dark Sun.
The Dark Sun. He's not a sun. We're not doing Sun anymore, but Mark. The guy's name is Mark. What about the Dark Mark?
The Dark Mark?
Yeah. Like from Harry Potter, they call that the Dark Mark when they have that on there. Let's call it the Dark Mark.
Wait, is that a Harry Potter thing?
It's not a name of a book or anything. It's just a thing. It's a
phrase that's already known.
Yeah.
No, not gonna happen.
Oh, jeez.
You
All
almost
right.
had me because I don't know Harry Potter. So there you go. You almost had me.
Stranger Mark.
Nope. The Wind of Change.
No, yeah, that would be a dumb name like that. It'd be a dumb
would be.
name. Like, what's it called?
A Jim Chi joint. The Wind of
A
Change.
Chi
Because
Leaphorn joint.
Fredward's not in this one.
Why
I
not?
want Lou Diamond Phillips to be
I want
teamed up with
Fredward in
Elijah
there
Wood.
though. Oh.
Fredward is like the Obi-Wan. Like he'll go to him for advice.
Okay, all right.
He's retired.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no way.
The Dark Wind, you said?
What?
Your title was The Dark
The
Wind.
Dark Wind. What did I say this was called?
We said the Winds of Change.
No, the
Perfect.
Wind of Change.
Oh. All right, the Wind
Just
of
singular.
Change.
The Wind of Change.
All right, I like it. Good.
or
What? Say it. Say words. You have to use your words, Ken. Use your words.
I was going to say the Mark of Death.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
It's a
Was
good
that
one,
any?
right?
Was that a Steven Seagal or a Van Damme movie?
I was thinking, I'm like, no, Marked for Death was.
Marked for Death.
But the Mark of Death.
I think I like that because I want to use the word mark in it.
I know you do.
All right. Can we do that instead?
Hmm.
The Mark of Change. Nah. I like the Mark of Death
The Mark of Wind.
because that's even worse.
The Mark of Death. All right.
Or the Wind of Death. It's either the mark of death or the wind of death.
How about the wind of change, the mark of death?
Can we?
The wind of change and mark of death. No?
The wind of change brings the mark of death.
The wind of change brings out the mark of death.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, the wind of
Yes.
change
Brings out the
Oh
mark
my
of
god,
death.
this is so long.
Yeah.
Can we get
Because
can we
that's
get
what
an
it
achievement
is.
for the longest title we've created?
I don't think that's the longest title we've ever created. I think we've had a longer one, if you don't recall. The one with starring so-and-so, and that was a TV show, I
That was
believe.
a TV show.
Yeah.
The wind of change brings out the mark of death. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
That was the one with Martin Cove. It's starring Martin Cove.
McGraw, remember?
No.
that one?
The Martin Cove with the planet. They went to the planet. Remember, he was an alien on a planet that was coming here to learn how to be human or be normal. It was like a war planet.
Oh, vaguely.
There was a war planet. Martin Cove from, right?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I can't remember the title of the show though.
It was some other planet where he was sent to become. He like had to get became human, and had to learn how to become a human.
Wasn't that The Greatest American Hero? Didn't we do that with that?
No.
We mixed that up. What did we mix that
This was
with?
old. This was a while ago.
Yeah, I can't remember. All right, let's move on.
Oh,
Come on,
gosh.
all right, I'll research it later. All right, movie squad done. Tube, as in Tube Squat, is where we're at. It's where it's at.
However, going back to what we just talked about 3 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Booker in Hard Time on Planet Cove, starring Richard Grieco and Martin Cove as Big B.
Big B.
That
That was the title. That is probably the longest title we had.
That's the longest title we've had.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Man, we're good. Now, remember what the movie... Oh, you do remember what the movie's about. You just told me. You remembered it. I don't remember anything.
A close second is The Adventures of Roo Bear and The Little Prince because of Space Bird.
I love that one.
That was a cartoon.
What was it? The Adventures of Roo Bear and the Little Prince because of Space Bird. Stupid. I love it. All right,
I
come
know.
on.
That's good stuff.
All right, let's move on with the tubes. Look what I got, man. Do you know what that is? There's no title there.
God, Chris, come on. Magic Garden.
You know.
You don't
I knew you were
need
gonna
a title.
know. I knew you were gonna know, bro.
Magic Garden. The Chuckle Patch.
Yeah, man.
It was so cool.
Sherlock?
Sherlock the Squirrel.
The stupid
We used
squirrel?
to go. My
Squirrely
sister and I
squirrel.
used to go to we had these crazy overgrown bushes on the side of the house. Like,
No
I don't know what they
way.
were.
That
and we
was-
used to pull the leaves off
And see if they were,
pretend they
like-
were jokes. But it was always like, knock knock, who's there? Ice cream. Ice cream who? Ice cream is delicious.
That's a good one, man.
I just made that up. I just made it up.
Just made it up. That's good, man.
That's my joke.
All right, that's all right. Yeah, good one.
All credit.
Feel
goes
free to
me.
use that. That's
Yeah,
Kenny.
yeah, feel free with credit.
With credit. You have to cite that.
Yes.
Give me yours real quick, and then we can quickly talk about. I'll just give you a little more detail about that. Give me
yeah.
yours.
My mistake. Mine is so good that that Wikipedia can't handle the picture. They must have gotten copyright strikes or something. They're like, no.
No,
Wikipedia, you're taking that down because
A Man Called Hawk. Oh, it looks just awful. It looks.
A Man Called Hawk.
He's wearing a fur coat, right?
And sunglasses.
And
He wears them
sunglasses at night, and he's holding a gun. Is that? Am I correct in my?
A 357 Magnum, son.
Oh my God! This is gonna be horrible. Okay, a magic mirror? No, Magic Garden.
And A Man Called Hawk. This is a spin-off of Spencer for Hire.
Is it?
Yeah. Spencer for Hire was done, and this is what came out after it.
Was he
A
in
Man Called
Spencer?
Hawk. He was in Spencer.
Hawk was in. His name's Hawk, I guess.
His name is Hawk.
And it's a stupid crime, not procedural, but it's
a crime
everything
drama.
from the. It's a crime show from the 80s, which
crime
is basically
drama. But the thing,
like Booker, like McGraw,
Yeah.
and whatever.
these were also books. So he appeared in the fourth novel.
Oh my
of
God!
This, but tell me.
Is that an achievement?
Tell me a little bit more about.
Carol and Paula.
Yep.
They were.
Did you know? In West Hampton Beach, the Performing Arts Center, where we saw Dimitri Martin,
Oh yeah.
they had Carol.
Yeah,
and Paula?
because they
had like a tour.
I was going to get to that. They're
okay,
touring.
Sorry, I kind of.
No, you kind of get to the end. Okay, so this was from 72 to 84.
Yeah.
They were teachers. They were school teachers.
Sure were.
and they went.
I always wondered why they walked around. I was always like, why do they have wires coming out of their like pant legs? They'd walk around, and I guess
they're
the microphone,
microphones,
yeah,
yeah.
because back in the day, technology.
They didn't have
you know what I mean?
wireless. Yeah. Yeah.
like that's the thing.
Show me these. Show me. We're looking at all the wires that
wires, yeah.
Yeah, I'm surrounded by wires right now.
So, but they'd always have them like coming out of their pant legs where they walked around, and I always thought it was the craziest thing.
Dumb,
Like,
right?
why do they have these strings and or this cable or this
You didn't know.
wire? It
Now you
was
know.
crazy. Meanwhile, I can't see Orko's strings. Orko's just floating there.
You didn't understand Orko the cartoon didn't have strings, but people have wires for microphones. Yeah.
What is happening?
You're a weird little kid. It's all right, man. Look at this. I found a new way to prop up my thing.
Sherlock's moving on into the whatever we're.
All right.
we're
Well, let me
merging.
just finish.
Let you know.
Can I just finish with this?
You just go ahead, but Sherlock's
So you
moving
have
on.
Carol and Paula, who were teachers, and they end up getting the show.
Is it The Magic Garden or Magic
It's
Garden?
The Magic Garden. 52 episodes. So there was 12 seasons. It was 52 episodes. They were half hour. They were 30-minute episodes where they played music, folk music. They did the jokes, like you said, the joke garden,
Chuckle
Patch, and Sherlock, the squirrel puppet. He was a puppet, and they did games and they gave life lessons.
Yeah.
And that's really all there is. And then they ended up, they still tour now and stuff, and all their songs and
amazing.
everything. Yeah, they had one holiday special, I believe.
Pretty cool.
They
But why
actually-
now they can't call it the Magic Garden anymore?
Well, no, I mean, no, they are because recently.
Because the
I'll give you a little. You want a little tidbit?
like the billing, I remember, is their names. It's not the Magic Garden. Is it like from the Magic Garden that they allowed to use
in
it?
2000. Well, I'll tell you this. In 2002, no, that's not true because in 2002 there was a special hosted by the two, and it aired on WPAX, and it was titled "Magic Garden Still Growing," where they reminisce about the show.
Okay.
And I guess they were like, Then back in 2013, a little more recent, the Magic Garden Christmas special. WPAX announced via social media that it had been recently discovered in a forgotten basement vault, and they aired it on Christmas Day.
Really?
Yeah, it was the Christmas special, an unaired Christmas special. Yeah,
How about
and now
that?
they do their show. Carol and Paul are friends forever, so that's probably like the show that was there
Okay.
at that local thing. They appear on stage, television, film, concerts, cabaret.
Good for them.
Janice has 3 children, and I think Paula's got some kids.
That's pretty good. Hawk's got a 357 Magnum,
Does indeed.
right?
We knew that. We knew that was a thing.
Yeah.
We knew that was going to happen. Listen, man, and he fights crime, and he's a large, intimidating black man who gets the job done. Let's just put it that way.
He certainly does. He was
What year?
he was more of an anti-hero in Spencer for Hire. He became a little bit
He was a bad
a
cop.
little bit more.
Is he a cop? What is he?
Yeah, man.
Either he's a cop or he's a vigilante. So
He's a cop. You really asked the tough questions, Chris.
they're not. This should just be in your research, man. It should be on the tip of your of the old tongue.
They're really not telling me much. There's one season, 13 episodes.
All right.
Imagine watching this.
What's it
each
called
week for
again?
an
The Adventures
hour.
of Hawk. What's it called again?
A man called Hawk, not about Tony.
Huh?
Not Tony.
I don't get that.
Yeah, you don't.
All right. So what we're saying is after the Magic Garden ended, Sherlock the Squirrel.
Anyway, he was a champion of the people, right?
Okay.
He helped people in need and did all that.
Sherlock the
he
Squirrel.
He was a good guy as opposed to Spencer for Hire. He was a little bit of a...
What year again?
89.
Perfect, because after the show, Sherlock, this show ends, okay, in 84. Sherlock becomes a private eye, and he teams up with Hawk. Who is it played by?
Avery Brooks.
Okay. So, are you hearing me?
I'm hearing
He
you.
he teams up with Hawk. Do you understand? He's teaming up with Hawk, and it's a puppet. Do you understand? It's a puppet.
Hawk is a puppet?
No. Although you did give me an idea.
He certainly did.
What if we do the whole show as puppets? What if we do this crime drama procedural as puppets? Has that ever been done before?
Well, they did do that goofy USA movie in puppets.
No, those are marionettes. I mean, yes, they're puppets, but no, these are puppets, like with a puppeteer. Dang it! All right, I'm not presenting my case properly, but these are like, you know,
properly puppet. As many P's as you could possibly say into that microphone. Like you.
It didn't pop though.
You're popping.
I'm not popping.
You're popping.
Pop. What?
You're popping.
Pop. I don't know what to tell you, man. You gave me the cheap one. What do you want from me? You gave me the cheap pop filter, man.
Why even bother with it? Just take it off.
Come on, answer my questions, man. What do you think?
I think that's fine.
You want to do the show as they're both puppets now, or it's a puppet in a live action show with Hawk? Maybe the puppet one, because there's already a man named Hawk.
A puppet called Sherlock.
A squirrel called.
Oh, a squirrel.
A squirrel named Sherlock. Featuring Hawk, who's also a puppet. That's the title.
Because of Big B?
No.
Because of
no.
Space Bird?
Who is, not because of Space Bird. This is who's also a puppet. Sherlock, a puppet named Sherlock, who is a squirrel, and also Hawk. Can we do a really long title?
You hate long titles.
No, but I'm really into it now. For right now, I am. It's a puppet named Squirrel. Dang it. A squirrel named Sherlock, who is a puppet, and Hawk, who is also a puppet. All right, you don't have to put Hawk in it. You don't have to put Hawk in it.
Hawk is a puppet, and the squirrel's a real squirrel.
That was another thing I was going to think of.
That's what's happening.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He became a real squirrel?
He helps people. He's like a superhero.
He became a real squirrel.
He's like a puppet superhero.
Right.
That helps people. And he
so
rides
it's like,
on the squirrel.
we're going to reinvent the show.
He rides on the squirrel.
What's it called?
And there are a lot of rabies jokes.
Okay.
What's it called?
What'd you call it?
Hawk.
Hawk is a puppet.
A squirrel
named Sherlock.
Called Sherlock is fine.
Squirrel called Sherlock. All
right? I mean, what do you think?
Sure.
Because squirrel's a fun word to say. And Sherlock is a fun word. It's a fun name.
God.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, I like it.
Or how about a squirrel and a hawk?
How about Squirrel and Hawk?
How about a squirrel called Sherlock and a hawk called Hawk?
Oh, is he a hawk?
Hold on
we didn't think about this. Is he a hawk?
We didn't think about that. I was just thinking he was going to be a puppet.
You can be a puppet,
like a human
hawk.
puppet that would ride the squirrel.
Yeah, no, I get that. That was funny in and of itself.
Yeah.
But if he's an actual live action hawk, don't hawk eat squirrels? Like,
do they?
Sure they do. I don't see why they wouldn't. They're basically rats.
I don't know.
With big fluffy tails.
I think, you might be onto something. I don't know. I think the hawk should be like the enemy. And like, Hawk, get over here. And it's always like a bird that comes down and squirrels. Not you! Him! And then the hawk
And then the puppet.
It's like a lot of...
But is it a puppet hawk?
Mistaken identity. It's a lot of
Is
hijinks.
it a puppet hawk or a human puppet?
It's like one of those bats, when they come in and they're on the string and it's just the arms flapping.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be.
Okay.
A squirrel.
Squirrel and hawk?
Yeah, called... No, a squirrel... No, I don't care. A squirrel called Sherlock. Just leave it.
All right.
Done. Looks like we're about to enter Toy Squat, Chris.
No, we don't. No, we're not. We have to stop.
Chris, we're about to enter Toy Squat. What does that make? How does that make you feel?
No, stop.
How does it make you feel?
It makes you feel apprehensive.
little off kilter.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right, we're
something new. Something new, something true.
We're in it. We're doing it. This is our first ever Toy Squat. Now,
why are we doing Toy Squat?
Because you hate cartoons.
I can't. I feel like we're just doing the same old cartoons over and over again.
Yeah, whatever. We're going to try Toy Squat. This is right. So same concept. We've each got a randomly chosen toy from 80s or 90s. And
mid 90s.
Mid 90s
max.
Right.
Max.
So we're gonna I guess we're gonna try and make a new toy out of them, but we're gonna talk about the toys for a little bit, and then we're gonna see if we can either combine them or I don't know what the heck we're gonna do. Either way.
Yeah, it's gonna be quick.
Let's see what we have, and then
just
see, this might be a 5-minute section, and we're already a minute and a half in. So let's go.
So we're all
you
good.
go first. Go.
Great, fantastic. All right, here you go. I have.
Hugga Bunch, Precious Hugs. Hugga Bunch. Oh,
No, that's her name. What?
It's a Hugga Bunch.
And what is a Hugga Bunch?
It's a really weird looking doll. It's like it looks like is she holding a butt? What is that? It's another little doll?
Yes, that's the whole purpose
It's
of them.
Doll is holding a
Huglet.
doll. The what?
So that's the Huglet, Chris. Her name is Precious Hugs. What's the Huglet's name?
And Fluffer.
Fluffer.
Fluffer?
Fluffer.
That's not right. That's not a that.
That's it. That's the name.
All right, look at me.
And I want to show you other variants.
I want to see them after. Let me show you mine because wait till you see mine. No, that's about right. That seems about right. Kenny's showing me a whole bunch of other little images. Yeah, I know. I told you. Say it again. Say it. Say it. Say it.
Got the stupid Cabbage Patch Kids.
That's right. I've got
Xavier
the Cabbage
Roberts.
Patch Kids. Xavier. You have. So yours are knockoff Cabbage Patch Kids. Is what you have. I've got the real deal.
Bubbles and Chumley.
And Chumley.
All right. When did the Cabbage Patch Kids come out?
Oh my God.
This was 85.
That was 85. The Cabbage Patch Kids.
And these have furry faces.
Yeah, they're like flocked. That's weird.
Flocked. Who uses the word flocked?
That's what they are. That's the term. It's like those
Why do you know this?
Because pops. I like pops. I collect pops. So it's like, and there are pops that are some of that are flocked with that little fur. It's called flocked, and those are worth a lot of money. You know, they did Beastman in Flocked from He-Man. He's flocked. There's a Lino that's flocked. There's some good ones, man. Anyway, Xavier Roberts. He was a 21-year-old art student that looks like demonic. Can you show me more pictures of these Hugga Bunch things? And he was an art student. He utilized his quilting skills that he learned from his mother and a historic technique named needle molding to develop his own line of fabric sculptures. Oh, God. He called these hand-stitched, one-of-a-kind, soft fabric sculptures. Wait, he called them little people.
Mm-hmm. Sure did.
Anyway. Do you want to know? Okay. Do you want to know the story of them, like their made-up story, or do you want to just know
Chris
the years of things? Because this has been through 1, 2, 3,
Cabbage
4,
Patch Kids.
5,
I do
6,
believe came out. They were like porcelain
7.
in the beginning, were they?
No, they were not porcelain in the beginning.
Oh, what were they?
They did have some later on. Here we go. You ready? 7 companies have owned them to date.
Owned who? Coleco.
The Cabbage Patch originated in Coleco. Coleco was
What
the
does
first
Coleco
line.
stand for?
Oh my God!
I told you one time.
It's a something electric company. The Continental Electric Company.
Stop. Connecticut Leather Company.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. 82 to 88. Then they went out of business. Hasbro bought the toy line. 88 to 94.
Yep.
Then Mattel had them from 94 to 2003.
Kenner had the Hugga Bunch.
Hold on. They're the only other people, because then Toys R Us had them in 2003. Then Play Along in 2004 to 2011. Then Jack Pacific bought Play Along and the rights to them.
Yeah.
So
Hasbro
from
bought Kenner.
2011 to 2014 was the Jack Pacific, and then 2015% to the present is Wicked Cool Toys. So they're still out there. Now, the interesting thing, and these were pretty much available, actually since 1978 they're available, but here's the interesting thing about it, is that each company that owned them had their own little spin on them and their own little version of them. So there's been a lot. And yes, there were some porcelain ones. There was a whole, dude, whatever. Tell me about your stupid, dumb Hugga bears, whatever they're called.
They just hold a little Huglet in their arms, man.
How you take them out?
Yeah, there's not really much.
They look really
like
squishy and just like busted up.
Chris, you know,
ghetto as all heck.
I want to tell you there was a movie.
What they retail for? There was not a movie.
No, I'm just gonna tell you there was a movie real quick. I just want to tell you what the plot.
Okay.
This is the whole. I'm gonna read you the entire plot of the movie.
Synopsis,
I
okay.
know we're just going for the toy, but I don't have much.
Okay.
I'm just gonna tell you, it's a doll that holds another doll. It's called a Huglet.
Okay.
There's really no backstory.
Yeah.
It's unnecessary.
Okay.
The plot of the film, according to Wikipedia, whoever wrote this, thank you very much. Because I'm about to speak your words. In the film, a young girl travels through her mirror into Huggaland to find a way to keep her grandmother, the only one who knows how to hug, young. Tries to keep her grandmother young because she's the only one
Is this live action?
who knows how to hug. Yeah.
This is a live action film.
It earned a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Visual Effects.
What year?
The movie, 1985.
Can you show it to me?
It was the most expensive TV special ever produced at the time.
Can you show it to me?
$1.4 million.
I'm actually really intrigued. Do you have any? Go to YouTube. Do you have any? I want to see what this looks like. Find that for me.
It hasn't been released on DVD or Blu-ray.
It's got to be on YouTube.
It's on the VHS.
It's on YouTube then.
We can play it on this machine right here.
Machine right here in front of us.
So there you go.
All right. While you're looking up that,
What do
I
you couldn't have gotten like sectors or something.
No,
cool.
I know.
He gets Cabbage Patch Kids, and I get stupid. Of all the dumb things,
I'm not gonna lie. I was considering. Remember, we had Spiral Zone last episode. That was a toy line. I was considering doing that, but that's not how this works. I don't just get to pick what I want to do.
Because I'm in charge.
Oh my god, it's so freaky. Oh my god, they're puppets.
yeah, with real people hands.
Oh my god, I hate the puppet with real people hands. That's freaky to me.
Oh gosh.
Oh, overacting
Anyway.
much, aren't we?
There's a little bit.
Wow.
There you go.
Can I tell you something?
What?
I don't remember that movie.
No, Chris remembers everything.
I
Chris, as a matter of fact,
remember that movie.
I made that up. I posted it to YouTube yesterday.
No, you didn't.
I played it for you. It never existed.
It did.
No.
It did. I remember that. It did. I used to watch a lot of those stupid movies. Remember Deer in Manhattan? Remember Fuzz Bucket?
Nope.
Okay, well,
Do
there
I
you go.
remember?
There you go. You don't remember them.
What is it?
You don't remember them. So don't tell me I don't remember those
not
things.
Fuzz Bucket.
Mac and Me?
No,
What do you... What?
what's the fur that they had on them that you called it?
A flocking?
Flocking. Flocking bucket.
Flocking?
I remember Flocking Stocking.
You're an
He
idiot.
was a special creature that used to visit me.
Ah, gross. All right. All right. So what do we want to do? We want to make this. We want to make it a toy, another toy, or make this into a cartoon.
No, Chris. No cartoons. We're making this into a toy, and what it's going to be is each.
Hold on.
Cabbage Patch Kid.
are we both agree Cabbage Patch are the superior doll, right? So they should be the overlords of these
Much
Hugga
deliberation.
bunches.
I've come to a conclusion.
You've come to the conclusion.
Yeah.
I think
Which one can you go to Target right now and purchase?
exactly Hugga Bunch. So, them being the superior. Okay, can I just tell you this though? The story goes like this: Xavier Roberts.
We don't
the
need a
child-
backstory.
No,
It's a toy, Chris.
no, but
What?
that had a movie.
Chris,
You have to
Chris.
give it something. There's got to be
Chris,
a reason
no.
for the toy.
Listen.
There's the
Stop.
Sectors had a
Stop.
4-part miniseries and commercials. You know what I mean? Like there's got to
All right.
be a thing.
This is what's happening. It's basically, how can the child play with this? That's what we are here to develop, a toy. We're not here to develop.
Oh, I got a good one.
You
I got a good one.
lord.
I got a good one.
Okay.
Bear with me. Just listen. All right.
I'm listening.
We both have kids. We've both seen the crazy stuff that's out there.
Yeah.
My daughter has, and this is, they've had this when we were kids too, but I had to buy her. Well, she bought it herself with her own money for birthday money. This is last year now. A puppy, a dog
Yeah.
that has puppies inside of it. And you undo the Velcro, and it's got 2 to 5 puppies, depending, or kittens or puppies.
Horrifying. Not going to happen.
No, listen.
Here's what I'm thinking.
You didn't let me finish.
You're going to say something
I was
ridiculous.
gonna say, yeah, like they're gonna take. You
You
you've
gotta pull the sack
You've got the
off them.
huggling. What are they called? The huggling. What's it called? The little huggler. What's it called?
Huglet.
The huglet.
Huglet.
Huglet is
Piglet.
inside. Huglet is inside the
No.
Hugga Bunch, who is
Stop.
inside the.
No.
No.
Here's what's going to happen. Cabbage Patch Kids. They're all the rage. They're coming back. Everything comes back. Right?
They never left.
Did
Kenny.
you know
Kenny?
Teddy
They never
Ruck-
left.
Teddy
Yes, I know
Ruxpin
Teddy
is back
Ruxpin-
in the
yeah,
store again.
and he looks, and I miss the freaky, weird robot-looking one.
Yeah. with
Okay,
the
and
eyes.
he's smaller now.
Now he has like LCD eyes and
Yep.
all that. It's crazy.
They can tell you, and they can tell you your weight, your blood pressure. Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, it's just nutty. He could get up in the middle of the night, grab a kitchen knife, and come and stab you.
Oh yeah,
That's
that was
my
also
favorite
on.
part.
That was also
No.
won an Emmy nominated. That was Emmy nominated right there.
Yeah.
That one.
What's going to happen? Cabbage Patch Kids are going to come with a head of cabbage.
Mm-hmm.
That has like a face and a name. Where you can name usually the Cabbage Patch Kid comes with the name. You can rename it and they'll give you like the certificate.
Because you
Do they
adopt.
still
You
do
never.
that?
You adopted them. Yeah.
You adopted them. Did you have a
adopted.
Cabbage Patch Kid when you were younger? Fess up. Fess up.
I had pound puppies. I don't know if I had I did not have a Cabbage Patch Kid. No.
I had two.
My. You adopted too? Can I tell you? I always wanted one, but I never got one. I got pound puppies instead, and I was happy with that. I love my pound puppies. I had like 3 or 4.
Marty.
Was it now? You
Don't
named
laugh at me.
You named
He
them
came with
Marty.
Marty?
No, you named them Marty because of
No.
Back to the Future.
Nope. His name was Marty Dean.
Get out of here.
He came with the name Marty Dean.
Son of Jimmy Dean, the Sausage King.
I had Leroy Neal.
It's good, man.
And Marty and Leroy.
What was it? So they all had two first names.
Well, they had middle names.
Oh, that
Chris.
was their middle. Oh, and whatever your last name was is what
Yeah.
they were. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
So there you go.
I never had one.
I had a Kusa that you had to name the Kusa.
What the hell's a Kusa?
Oh, sorry, they were the animals. They were like dogs and cats. And I named them
Oh.
Mike. You had to send away, and they gave me a
What animal
certificate and
was
a little
Yeah.
the dog tag.
What animal was it?
Mine was a
A
dog.
dog? Because I know the pound puppies. Oh,
They had,
man,
like, the
can we get
hard
pound
ears
puppies?
and
Yes,
stuff like
I
that.
remember
Yeah.
them.
No.
Yeah, man, I never got one. I wanted one, but I never got one. My cousins did. My 2 separate girl cousins had them, and I was like, oh, but I used to play with it all the time. They smelled really good, though.
Yeah.
Remember? They
Yeah,
smelled like babies.
powder and all
Yeah.
that. Babies don't smell that good, man.
They don't smell. Oh,
You know what I mean?
no, babies can
The
smell. that good.
lotions, the accoutrements, they all smell pretty good, but
Yeah.
the babies themselves,
That's true.
not gonna
my
lie.
my sister, my one sister was born when I was 7, so she was I was still like a kid when
Yeah.
she was a baby, and I remember being a baby. And I used to take care of her. Baby smell.
Yeah. The
Okay.
powder, the
Okay. So
lotion.
go on. So what you're saying is these are going to be little cablets.
Yeah, they're gonna come with, like, instead of holding the huglet, they're gonna just hold a little,
Okay.
little
Okay.
cabbage patch, right? Little head of cabbage.
And that's it though. Can you pull the little thing out and it's a little doll, or it's just a weird face in fabric leaves? It's freaky.
What does the logo look like for the Cabbage Patch Kid? Because I
Exactly
do believe
that.
it looks
It's
like
ex-
it's like
it's exactly
leaves
what-
around the head.
It's exactly what you're saying, because that's how they're born. They're born in a cabbage patch.
It's such a ridiculous thing. So let's give them bodies. Let's give them little baby bodies.
But you don't
They're
understand.
like little mini ones.
But you don't
though.
understand. Bunny bees pollinate the cabbage patch.
Uh-huh.
They're bees that have bunny ears,
Sure do.
and they
Okay, we're gonna-
pollinate the cabbage patch. This is what I was trying to tell you.
Going a little too deep here, Chris.
Okay.
We're entering a area which will never come
They're
back
born
from.
in Babyland. Okay.
That's
Babyland General is where they're born.
I remember that, the hospital.
That's a real hospital, but it's also in the lore, and that's in Georgia. That's in Cleveland, Georgia. And that's where it was in the story of it.
Who's
as
Xavier
well.
Roberts?
He's the creator, but he's also the little boy that chases a bunny bee around the waterfall that finds this magical cabbage patch.
Okay.
And that's where he sees the cabbage patches. And they get adopted.
Thank you.
All right,
for
so
the
yeah, so-
future nightmares.
Yep.
So we're gonna have this thing, and they're just gonna be.
So you're going to pull it out. It's going to be, see? All right, I'm getting something pulled out of something, and I'm fine with that. Because now you're going to get this little face and this little cloth cabbage thing. And you're going to pull it out. It's going to be like a head about the size of your hand, a little squishy plastic head, and a fabric body. Yes, and the head's going to be way bigger than the body.
You're not gonna pull it out of, because it's part of it.
Oh, so it's like a flower petal, and then the stem is a body.
Yeah.
Gross.
No, no, they're gonna have a body
Yes,
underneath it.
underneath,
That's like, almost
underneath
like
the frock of this cabbage.
Like
yeah.
what did they used to wear in the back in like the Renaissance area, and they had those weird looking.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Collars.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like- but
it's
a
their
cabbage.
collar. It's their collar. But so you're pulling. So you're pulling the body out from underneath the cabbages as opposed to that. You don't have to show me pictures. I get it. I know what you're saying. Okay, I know.
I would like to know what it was called.
Oh, a collar, a flower, a flogger. I don't know, man. Chumley? Really?
What?
I don't know, man. Look, this section's gone on way longer than I wanted it to.
Yeah.
But I like it. No, I'm actually okay with it. I'm actually okay with it.
If we could do something decent with two stupid dolls,
Can we call it Cabbage Patch Hugs?
they call it a rough.
A rough. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Can we call it Cabbage Patch? What'd I say? Cabbage Hug. Cabbage Hug dolls. Cabbage Hug kids. Yes.
No,
Cabbage. Wait, you always tell me no. I hate when you tell me no. You always tell
because
no.
you tell me don't just mix and match titles and then you do it and it's the greatest thing in the world.
You and I are chock full of double standards, aren't we? Okay, what do you want to call it? Well, you gotta put hug
They
in
call
it.
it a rough because it's like ruffles.
Yeah, I
Short
get
for
it. Please focus
Hey,
on the
man.
task at hand.
Two things. History repeats itself and trends always come back.
It's basically the same thing. Got it.
Yeah, but I'm saying, bell bottoms came back
The
from
ruffle,
the 70s.
the ruffle collar kids.
This has been waiting since
ru-
1575.
the rough collar kids.
No.
Oh my God! This is gonna be the movie. Oh, come on, please.
Okay, we have Hug a Bunch and Cabbage
bunch of cabbages. What's a bunch of cabbages called?
Cabbage Bunch
Cabbage Bunch kids.
or the Hug a Patch.
Hugga Patch Kid. I said Hugga Patch Kids.
Did
you
you?
said no.
No, I don't
I
like
didn't.
that.
I said a whole bunch of other stuff. I said the Cabbage Hug Kids.
How about Cabbage Hugs?
Cabbage Hugs.
Hug a Cabbage.
I was just gonna say Hugga Cabbage.
That's it, man. It's Hug a Cabbage.
All right, man. Screw it. Hugga Cabbage. God. Is
That's
it?
it. It's gonna be the
it-
greatest toy ever.
Is it Hug Dash Dash?
No, it's just Hugga. Hugga.
Hugga
Done.
Cabbage. Well, that's our first Toy Squad. I hope
Hold
you
on,
liked
I had
it.
a piece of trivia for Hugga.
Oh, now you have a piece of trivia. I tried to give you.
Over $40 million in sales.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
That's actually pretty good
right?
for a weird cloth, wicked-looking doll
Yep.
that they made an actual TV movie of. Whoo! All right, not bad. All right, that was it.
Done.
First Toy Squat. Pretty successful, I think. I think we'll do a next one.
Huge success.
Huge $40 million worth of success right there.
It's like $3.99 worth of success.
Finally, we're at GameSquat. Finally. Put your cans on your head. Put your cans on your head.
Ooh, finally, we're at what?
We're on GameSquat. Let's go. Kenny's taking pictures.
Finally, we're at GameSquat.
Click. Say cheese. I know.
Actually, not that bad. It actually came out.
Oh, that's
really
actually pretty good. I know you're not gonna like me saying this, but you can check that picture out on Instagram at Retro Squat. All right, look at my
If I
game.
post it.
Look at my game.
Urban Strike.
I take it.
What are we doing?
Ow.
We're taking. Sorry, man. We're taking two games. We're mashing them together. We're gonna make something new.
Yeah.
All right, you got.
I showed you Urban Squat. Urban
Urban-
Squat. Urban Strike.
Urban
What are you
Strike.
showing me?
I'm showing
What game
you.
do you have, my friend? It says Arabian Magic.
Yep. Just stop.
Oh, jeez.
Just stop right there. It's basically Final Fight with genies. Genies.
What system? The Amiga.
Arcade.
Oh, arcade. Only arcade?
Arcade. It was available on Taito Collections
Mm.
in the future.
Taito is in Taito.
Correct.
This
PlayStation
is-
2 and
this
Xbox.
is
It was
Sega.
released on like Taito Legends 2.
Oh, okay.
That's
okay,
it.
okay.
Keep
Cool,
going.
cool,
Tell me a little bit more. But these games were hard.
So
Re-
this is the
Really
this is
cool.
the third.
there was
There
Desert
was
Strike,
Desert Strike, Return
Jungle-
to the Golf, then Jungle
Jungle
Strike,
Strike,
and then
yes, Urban Strike.
Urban
yes.
Strike. So what strikes me about Urban Strike is that
You just struck out.
is
It's the past tense. You striked out.
idiot.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, it wasn't. You think you'd be fighting mainly in like? No, it was a lot of jungle and water. I'm gonna show you some gameplay.
Well, that's
Do you want to see
that's
gameplay?
what
Or
they
you know
do.
gameplay
Because the city by the sea, man. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Little
here's
bit
the
of
thing.
New Orleans.
So this game looked
doesn't
really cool. Did
necessarily
you play it? I
mean-
never played. I always wanted to play.
New York City, by the water. Sometimes you're just gonna go over to the
Okay, let me.
to Lady
okay,
Liberty.
Okay, let me talk.
You're gonna swing that helicopter by,
You know what? You're right.
right?
You're right. And there's going to be a tanker. I'm sorry, a cruise ship that got attacked, And now
cruise
you
ship.
got to go save the people on the ship.
A booze cruise.
It was a booze cruise in the harbor, and now you got to go save it on the Hudson.
Sometimes.
Saving on the Hudson. Oh, bookmark that, because that might be the title. Saving on the Hudson.
Hudson Strike.
Hudson Strike. Oh. Look, here's what happens.
Arabian Strike.
You got to fly multiple. I didn't know about this Arabian Strike. Oh my God, that's right. We didn't even get to your dumb game. It's gonna be Arabian Strike. All right, folks, it's Arabian Strike. But let's get into it. I do want to talk about this game though real quick because you flew the helicopter around, right? And you can fly in any direction and stuff, right? I didn't know you can get out as a tiny little 3-pixel person. Blip, 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 run into another helicopter and then get blip, 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 and then save. You like my sound effects? Save the people. Then Kenny, you got out of your helicopter and you ran into a building, and now it's a third person, top-down shooter.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell is this? It's crazy. I didn't know it did that. You had to blow up other planes and save people.
They also had that one
stealth.
they had a
Awesome.
stealth version, where it was like a stealth fighter that would go around.
In
the
this
screen.
one,
I think it was a separate game.
or was that? Well, this
either
is
that or it
this
was
is
either that or it was this one, and there was the helicopter, and then you can be like.
This is the third. Oh, this is 96, by the way, too. So this is a little late to the game.
Yeah, this is on.
No, I'm sorry,
PlayStation.
94.
Oh,
94 to the
okay,
Genesis.
So this was on the Genesis. Yeah, there
And then
was
it was-
also one on.
It was on Super Nintendo. Well, what we're talking about? Yeah, what's a PlayStation?
Oh gosh,
We don't know what a PlayStation is.
I think it's that.
Are you talking
that
about the
CD
NES?
player that Nintendo wants to make with Sony.
Oh yeah, true. Okay, so anyway, yeah, very cool. Tell me about Arabian butts.
Picture this: Shahryard.
You have gameplay? I want to see this.
It's a fighting game, dude.
But did they fight inside their genie bottles, or I want to see it?
They don't fight inside their genie bottles, Chris. They use the scimitars, or it's basic. And they wear
It's a final fight.
MC Hammer pants. That's
It's
what I told
final
you.
fight. Yeah.
Yeah, it's MC Hammer pants.
Yeah.
Final fight. Like that's basically it. Put Cody in some. Guy almost had them.
Oh, he did.
Guy has
have
some
some-
baggy pants.
What is this called again? Arabian
Magic.
Still
I remember
dumb.
this in the arcade. I remember this
I
back in
don't
the day.
Maybe.
Anyway, 1992 arcade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Levels,
It was
left,
it was
right,
a quarter.
internet.
Quarter puncher. That's
Yeah.
that was the whole
You
purpose
just
of
get
it.
through it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So here's the plot. Can you give you a quick little plot? The evil one, he starts terrorizing the peaceful kingdom of Shahryard. And a group of heroes must find the jewel of 7 colors and release the evil hex because
So Rainbow Jewel.
the evil one
Reggie Biff.
transformed the king into a monkey.
Of course.
You need to get him. You need to get him out.
Did.
So basically, each level, at the end of each level, is a guardian boss. Same exact thing. When you beat the guardian, you get a jewel to form the 7, right?
Okay, so 7 levels.
And you can summon that guardian after you defeat him. Now you can summon him in subsequent levels, and and use him to help
Fight. Cool.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Can you do one at a time, or
Because there's also a genie that you can use.
okay? I have an idea. This is gonna. It's not.
4 characters real quick.
Okay. Yeah. Tell me.
You ready?
Yeah.
There's Prince Rasid, who's the well-rounded character. There's Afshal, who has a long reach, good defense but very slow.
Yeah.
There's Sinbad,
Ooh.
pretty powerful
Got
guy.
Sinbad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then Princess Lisa, who's she has good reach. She has magic. She's pretty quick.
She's range.
No, well, yeah, yeah,
She's range.
yeah, but she has very low defense.
Yeah.
But she's,
range,
but she's
range
fast
charac-
and ranged. Yeah,
ranged
that's
characters
usually the way it
usually
works.
do, yeah.
It's usually the elves,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So
No, I would say the Rangers. Anything considered a Ranger. Elves are a race.
elves.
Not
Elves
that's
are
not a class.
usually
The
rangers.
class is the Ranger.
Show me an elf that uses a sword.
I was
close
never an elf.
up.
Guild Wars, was I an elf? Neverwinter, was I an elf? No, I was a hobbit, and you all made fun of me when we did the role-playing
Oh
server.
my gosh, Chris!
All right?
Why were you that little
Okay?
creature?
I was a shape-shifting
No.
halfling, and nobody was into it. Nobody, not one stinking person on that server was into it. I thought it was amazing. I had the power to turn into a minotaur, but no one seemed to care that I was role-playing a little hobbit that could transform into something bigger. That's a staple in comics, but not in the role-playing fantasy scene, apparently.
It was too much.
The hell out of here, right?
Nobody wants.
You
get
spent
out of here.
hours in that stupid inn talking to people.
Yep.
I don't want to hear it.
It was.
All right? I don't want to hear it.
Yep. It was pretty fun.
Nobody would role play with me. Nobody.
I had some good stuff on
You had
there.
some real good stuff.
I had the 2 characters.
I know you did.
Yeah. I'd switch on and off, and
And our friend Tim had Shard everywhere.
Shard,
His
who
character was
just
Shard
beat
everywhere.
everything. And it was so funny because you know Tim in real life, and then you meet him in the game as Shard, and you're like, "Hey Shard, what's going on?" He's like, "Do I know you?" And he's like, "Oh my gosh,
know,
like
yeah.
this guy totally is."
That's what role playing
not
is,
know-
man.
I know, but that was kind of like my first experience with
God,
it.
you got into it.
And
It was
it
so
kinda
funny.
just-
You got into it.
it took me aback
so
a little bit.
bad. It was so funny, man. You were like, "What are you doing, Kenny?" Oh, son, no.
What are you doing, Kenny?
What are you doing, Kenny? Anywho.
So
This is
it
what
was
I'm
fun.
thinking.
It was a
Yeah,
fun
I know
game.
it
But
was
yeah,
fun.
You'd appear in there.
Nobody.
But you'd come
nobody.
into the
I'd
game
go and
like
fight
5
Cobalt by
hours
myself.
after we were already in there. We're in there for 5 hours.
working,
All of a sudden,
man.
comes over to the bar. Hey guys, what are you doing? And it's like,
You had that in your head too. That's my voice. So did I.
and you'd be like, dude, come on, you're cramping my
Nobody
style.
wanted to talk to me.
I'm here drinking ale and mead with my, cohorts,
Yeah. Oh my God,
my fellow
man.
adventurers.
And I roll up. Hey
And you
guys,
come in,
you guys want to go adventure?
Hey guys, check this out. You're like throwing things around. And you're just doing all kinds of dances and goofiness.
Oh, nobody.
Buy it on VHS and beta.
Yeah. Anyway, Arabian Strike.
Arabian Strike. It's gonna happen.
You're flying it. Listen, they're soldiers. They're flying a helicopter. You get out of the helicopter and you have the final fight.
yeah.
What do you want to do, man?
It is.
What are you gonna do? All right.
Right. The Middle East.
What are you gonna do?
Is that where this
They're
this
fighting
takes
in the
place?
Middle East. Sure.
That's it.
How about this though? You're gonna listen to me. This will be the 4th in the Strike series. They get brought back to in time.
What's this? I want it to be like the genie flying around. The genie instead of a helicopter. It's a genie.
It's a genie lamp. You're saying?
It's the genie.
I spit all over my.
Does the genie come? Genie comes out of the lamp.
Genie comes out of lamp. Genie comes out of lamp. Slaughters many.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Great. What happened?
Is that it?
Yeah. I mean. So you're flying around as a genie. Then you get on the ground. Then you're doing the final fight stuff. The side scrolling.
We're doing both.
Beat 'em up.
No, I just want to take the.
Oh yeah.
It's all about genie.
Okay.
This game already has that final fight stuff.
Okay.
We're just gonna take the view from yours, and it's just gonna be the genie like just.
But you got out
Mowing
in
the
that
bad
one
guys
though.
down.
But you got out in that one. You're gonna
That's okay.
pull away some gameplay.
No, it doesn't matter.
How about you have this little minions
gonna
that
go
you
ahead
can
and
throw
say-
down?
We're gonna
No.
we're gonna say it doesn't matter.
All right.
Yeah.
Arabian Strike.
Yep.
All right. Is this arcade? Or is it going to be on?
This is gonna be a home conversion.
So Genesis, Super Nintendo, whatever. Okay. Arabian Strike. Man. Yeah. Right. You know.
It is what it is.
Arabian Strike. All right. Why don't we go ahead and see what's up?
Yeah. The movie. No.
Now hold on. Now hold on. Oh my God! The wind of change brings out the mark of death. So the TV show is called The Squirrel Called Sherlock.
A squirrel.
What'd I say?
You said the squirrel.
Nope. I wrote A and I said the. Okay. I don't know.
I wrote A and I said
I don't know if that's a thing.
The orangutan named Sherlock. How weird.
There's an orangutan going bananas.
Go bananas. It was a spaceship that zapped the monkey.
What was her name again? I forget her name. It's funny. She wore one of those workout headbands. Those like braided workout headbands. Hugga Cabbage.
Hold on. What was the show's name? Going bananas.
Going bananas. Hugga Cabbage. That's not a bad toy considering what we got.
Chris, it's not.
People will buy that. That's the next line for Wicked Cool Toys is who owns. So if you're listening, Wicked Cool Toys, that's your next Cabbage Patch Kids.
Oh
line.
gosh. You ever go and say like just weird things happen, man?
Like what?
Nothing.
You can't just say that and then not say anything after that.
Roxana Banana.
Roxana Banana, yeah, too. She was an orangutan, and then we have Arabian Strike. I tried writing that down. That didn't really work that right. Okay, well, that's it. What did you like the best? You didn't tell me.
I don't know.
I like the TV show. TV show's kind of dumb. The game's okay. I'm not really into the game too much right
Yeah, the
now.
game is.
I just want to
the
play. I
game's
want to play
kinda
this
there.
game. I want to play my game. I want to play Urban Strike.
You-
I'm gonna have to go to my Retro Pie and play that.
I want to go.
I want to hug it. I want
I
to.
want
I want to hug a
it.
cabbage. No, I want to hug a cabbage. Is what I want.
Hug a cabbage.
Anyway. All right. Well, that's gonna do it.
I don't know which one I like.
Retro Squat Classic Blend number 44
In the books.
in the books, on the page, in your brain, in your ear,
Mm-hmm.
out your butt. Hopefully not.
No.
No, it stays with you.
I'd like to
It's
say
six-
you,
it's-
you absorb it.
It sticks in your arteries, in a good way though.
Like
Check your arteries. Get a cholesterol test and see how much Retro Squat is in there.
a little bit.
See how much is in there. For us, it's a lot. For us, it's a lot.
Well, eventually the retro squat turns into a retro clot.
Oh no, don't. You no. You don't want no. Dang it, no, you don't want that. That's not
Too much of a good
too
thing
much.
is never never good.
They say, yeah, they do say that. They
Right.
see that, but
So.
that's not true in our case because just keep listening to the show, please. Thanks. All right, bye.